Hi guys, it's Emil, welcome to FTM Transtastic. This week's topic is testosterone and emotions. It's raining outside and I'm sitting here with a cup of coffee and it's just really cozy. So this week's topic is testosterone and emotions, and if you're around in the trans community, at least online when we talk about HRT, that is hormone replacement therapy if you didn't know, you will hear people talking about emotional changes on HRT. So people who go on estrogen may talk about feeling more emotional and have an easier time crying, and people who go on testosterone may talk about having a harder time crying. But I mean, there are a lot of factors that determine how you will emotionally respond to being on HRT. There are a lot of factors. There's a myth that goes around that's like testosterone makes you aggressive or makes you angry, and sometimes you'll hear people being like, I want to start testosterone but I don't want to become angrier. But that's a myth. Like, if you have I'm not a medical professional, but like if you have testosterone levels that are too high, you can become more irritable, you can get a higher blood pressure and stuff like that, which obviously is not good. But then all you gotta do is go to your endocrinologist and manage your dose of tea so that you get a lower dose, so that your blood levels are actually where they're supposed to be. Testosterone is not automatically gonna make you aggressive. It's not gonna make you this Hulk-like creature. But as I said, obviously it's gonna affect different people differently, naturally. But I think like there's also gonna be a lot of positive changes, because if you need to go on HRT because you have dysphoria and you start HRT and you start to be seen more as yourself and you feel more comfortable in your body, you feel more comfortable at the sound of your own voice, it's only natural that you become more confident, that you become more happy, that you become more outgoing, and that you become more able to stand your ground when someone is mean or unfair to you. There's just a lot of positive changes that can come with going on HRT as well. So now I want to talk about my experience with emotions and testosterone. I have definitely experienced that it's harder to cry. I didn't have a hard time crying before testosterone, and I thought that that was nice, because it's a nice way to, you know, let out your emotions when you're feeling overwhelmed, and you just like, it's kind of cleansing, you know, it's nice. But now I still feel the emotion, that's the thing, and I can still feel like I really want to cry right now. But sometimes I can't. Like, no matter what I try to do or think about to push me over the edge and start crying, sometimes I just can't. Obviously, if you can't cry, and you can't let out your emotions that way, you basically only have a few other options. So that's either push your emotions down and try to ignore them, or you lash out in anger, or you communicate about it. You express yourself to your surroundings in some type of way. So obviously pushing down your emotions and ignoring them is not good, and it's only a temporary solution. Sometimes you need to do it when you're like in a situation and you maybe you're at work and you can't, you know, let out your emotions right then, but it's not good to do in the long run. And expressing it with anger is not really good either. I mean, sometimes it can be effective, but it really depends on the situation, and most of the time it's just gonna cause an unnecessary conflict that could have been avoided. And it might hurt somebody else's feelings, it might hurt your feelings. So the best thing is to just communicate about it. And what I've realized is that if I don't know, if I'm with somebody and I'm feeling overwhelmed and I just feel bad and I just wanna cry to sort of express that I'm feeling overwhelmed and I need somebody to comfort me right now, if I can't cry, I have to say that to them. I have to communicate that. And so I really have to look into myself and determine what am I feeling and sort of why am I feeling this way and what do I need. And I have to admit that to myself by saying it out loud. But to be able to communicate your feelings clearly, it's also good to be able to reflect on your feelings and analyze them and be aware of them. That's what I find really helps me when I can't cry. Now, it's not that I never cry, but like I don't do it as often as before, and I can't really push myself to do it in the same way as before. Other than that, my emotions on testosterone have it's just this positive boost of everything, honestly. Like, managing anxiety and pushing through sometimes and doing things even though I'm feeling bad emotionally is a lot easier than before, and that's a good thing because I had a really hard time with that before, and I feel more confident, I'm happier, I take criticism a lot better, I'm less afraid, everything is better. It's not to say that my life is perfect. Testosterone isn't gonna like change your life and make everything perfect. Maybe it's going to for you, like I don't know, but for most people it's not this magical potion that you take and then everything is good, you know. But it is definitely, for me, it's definitely been a much needed boost. And I noticed when I was a week late with my last shot because I had to reschedule an appointment, and I got so tired, and it felt, I can't even really describe it, but I feel the difference. And I don't think it's placebo because I felt it before I recognized what it was. I feel sort of mucky, like is that a word even? Like I feel I don't even know, it's not like slimy, that's a weird word, but like inside I feel like, and then when I take in testosterone and another week goes by, I feel alive, and I feel like I'm in my body, and I feel like, it's very hard to describe and it probably doesn't make a lot of sense whatsoever. It's very, very hard to describe the feeling. I feel a lot better with testosterone in my body. Let's just leave it at that. That's sort of what I had to say about testosterone and emotions. I hope I didn't leave anything out, but I gotta go now. So I will see you guys next. I didn't even drink my coffee. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. I love you, and I hope you're taking care of yourself, and yeah.